Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have recently been announced, they are not releasing this week, and as always I do not do limited pre-order stuff since they are always covered in Monday's video and there's no point repeating myself. Planted is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 sometime this year. It has a placeholder for September the 30th, and this is a co-op party game that has players competing in farming combat as you tactically plant your crops and yield the best results compared to your rivals. There are power-ups and gimmicks to make it a very competitive experience as you team up with your friends and go against your other friends, the ones that you like less. Could be a fun one. The house in Fata Morgana is getting a new physical release on Nintendo Switch, this time in Europe. I felt this was quite big news, so I included it in a video already, and yeah, a lot of people are very happy about this one since the limited run North American copy is very expensive to pick up these days, and people are missing out on one of the most critically acclaimed visual novels ever created. Plus, it includes like the fan disc, the extra stories too, to make it a very full package. It's like $35, which is a great deal compared to like the 100 or so it goes for on eBay. It's releasing August 20th, and despite being a European release, VGP will be carrying copies of it. Speaking of which, if you want to pre-order it or any of the games in this video, then please consider using the links I put down below in the description and pinned comment. Any purchase made via those links massively helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I do truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. VGP are a really good company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, like 54 American dollars, not that much. Rhythm Heaven Groove has finally got its release date on Nintendo Switch. It's coming physically July the 2nd. I truly feel like we are in the end times for the Switch, just the kind of releases Nintendo are putting out themselves. It feels like the same kind of wind down period as like the 3DS and the Wii era. However, I do believe the Switch will still have a long, fruitful end life, and this will be a game to make the console even brighter. A fun minigame rhythm experience. I've never actually played any of the games in the series, despite being a fan of rhythm games on the whole. Maybe I will have to give this one a go. Coffee Talk Tokyo is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge on September the 4th. The third game in the series, this tries to mesh the old with the new. You've got old Tokyo with hipster baristas. A late night cafe, like which degenerates out there are drinking caffeine in the evening? Being on shifts is the only acceptable answer there. If I even look at food or drink in the evening, I'm not getting to sleep past midnight. Anyways, this will contain new customers with more stories to tell, probably revolving around a mystery of why they're suffering from insomnia. I wonder why. It will have the same composer as the other games, which will certainly elevate the experience quite a lot. Paw Patrol Dino World is releasing physically on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox, July the 31st. As long as it's not a placeholder, it feels a bit placeholdery. Anyways, it feels like it's been a while since I mentioned the name Outright Games. Once Christmas finished, they went into hibernation until the second half of the year where, they start ramping up for Christmas again. This will be one of their first outputs of the year. This is a sandbox adventure game. Dare I say, a bit of Spyro in it? Maybe, I don't know, it's probably not going to be great. Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis next. It's tennis with purposefully annoying characters. What could possibly go wrong? It's releasing physically on July the 1st, and it's looking pretty crap. It almost makes you appreciate the effort put into Mario Tennis Fever. I have nothing to say about this except it's releasing on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Gothic is going all out on modern consoles. Gothic Classic is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox on July the 28th. Gothic 2 Classic is getting a physical release on the same consoles on September 29th, and Gothic 3 Classic is getting a physical release on the same consoles on November the 24th. That one is also getting a game key release on Nintendo Switch 2. Boo. Anyways, classic Western style RPGs that definitely passed me by, but I think they were hugely popular, especially in some European circles on PC once upon a time. Alright, let's take a look at some recent import announcements. These are games that so far only have an Asian or Japanese physical release with English announced, but since there's always time, keep in mind a Western physical could be announced at any point really. And you can order these from Play Asia and get 5% off if you click my link and then use the code Jordan2026. But remember, you must click my link first. Idol Devils Ultimate Edition is another Leo Full Special on Nintendo Switch, announced a couple of days ago, and it's releasing in 2 weeks, on the 30th of April to be exact. I love it. This is supposed to be a casual strategy idle game RPG thingy-mabob. I've got to admit, the game looks a bit wobbly, but that could just be, intentional. Lots of playtime on this according to Steam reviews, hundreds of hours sank into it, not doing that much. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever played an idle game before, and I don't really get how they work, but I guess a big booby anime theme might make me want to give it a try. We'll have to see. And it will play in English, although I've heard the translation might be a bit dodgy. Inazuma 11 Victory Road Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is releasing physically on Nintendo Switch on June the 11th in Japan, and it will play in English amongst many other languages. As I said in a video that I made before, it's gonna be really big, at least I think so. When I made the video about it, it wasn't hugely hyped by those commenting, but I think that's just my majority US audience. It might not be big in North America, but for Europeans, this will be a very, very popular import for sure. It's got a mammoth amount of content, an RPG football game with an anime setting, it's got stellar reviews everywhere, and I'm very excited for it. Pizza Delivery is releasing in Japan on PlayStation 5 on August the 27th. This is a narrative adventure exploration game that has you living up to the title of the game, but it's set in like a dream-like existence. It has puzzles, looks pretty decent. It's coming in a standard edition as well as a limited edition, which has a soundtrack CD, acrylic stand, pin-up card, and a digital art book. And there we have a bunch of new announcements. What was your favorite in this episode? Please let me know in the comments below alongside your thumbs up, okay? That really helps the channel a lot. If you want to pre-order any of these, then please do so with the links down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I really do hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.